Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Caesar Plays, and welcome to another week of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shibuya Incident arc. And this is like my sixth or seventh time trying to re-record this video because of small little technical difficulties, and also the fact that I'm not trying to make this video overly long. There's a lot I want to talk about this episode. A lot I would love to, but I'm not trying to make this a 1 hour episode either, 1 hour video either on here on YouTube. I'm just going to try and make this more viewer friendly, let's just say that. All that aside, let's get into this episode. There's a lot to talk about, so I'm going to try and keep this concise. First of all, we start off with Nanami's narration saying, getting tired at my own failings as he's walking forward. And as you guys could tell from Nanami's background and backstory and all that, he's a genuinely good guy. At heart, he wants to help people. He wants to do his best to help people. And only for him to see Ijishi's body laying on the floor, bloodied up, comes as a huge shock and huge frustration towards him, because the whole reason why he decided to leave his everyday job to come back to become a sorcerer was to help people. He has this power that he can use to help people. He wants to make use of it, and I guess there's frustrations within him to know that that he's one of the most powerful grade 1 sorcerers out there, only to find out that he's still seeing friends of him getting injured or pass away. And I'm not sure if this happens right after this scene, but I think it happens throughout the episode. There's a sequence where he's carrying Ichiji's body, and he's just walking past corpses of his comrades. I'm saying corpses because they're dead, and there's just nothing that he can do about it anymore. Ichiji he can still make it. He's still alive. But we switch over to Mei taunting this cursed spirit user. I thought it was a cursed spirit user. I'm not sure if it's a cursed spirit. When previous episode, I felt like it was someone wearing a goofy outfit with like a hat on, but could be wrong. Whatever. Regardless, I felt like this little sequence wasn't as important. I think it just establishes Mei and Uyui's relationship a little bit better, of how Uyui is such a big fanboy of him and of her, and that's really the gist of it. We also get a little bit more of Mei's personality coming out, I feel, in this episode. We've always seen her as a stoic, kind of proud woman, but this episode she flaunts a little bit more. She's a little bit more cocky, a little bit more bashful, I want to say, which is interesting. It's nice to see that side of her come out when no one's around, other than Uyui, her brother. To which then we switch over to Megumi and Yuji talking about breaking the one of the veils and thinking that the seals that they had was going to break all the veils, but it just breaks one. To which during their conversation about that, Megumi notices Ino's body falling from this building that they were at. He uses, I think his shadow is called Nui, to kind of break the fall. So he sends Nui over to just hit Ino, like while Ino's falling, just to give him a soft landing, but push him on the side, which gives Juji enough time to go in and to help out with catching Ino. And then Yuji's like ready to throw hands. He's upset. He's like, I need to know who did this. I'm gonna go up there and beat his ass. To which Megumi reminds him, hey, just remember what the goal is of what we're doing right now, and that is to save and / break out Gojo from the seal. Yuji understands, decides to leave. To which we switch over to the top area of that building, and that is the young man with Toji's body, basically still asking the grandmother, okay, what is the next step? And this is the thing that kind of weirded me out, because I thought when the body took over, when the young man took over Toji's body, basically. I thought that Toji had already taken over, and I thought that it was Toji beating Ino's face in. I didn't realize it was the young man that got incarnated as Toji. I didn't realize it was that. I thought that Toji had already taken over. That's what weirded me out at first, because that's why when we got this little sequence of him still asking his grandmother like what's next, I'm like, oh wait, so that was all him before that. Because after this is when the grandma says, go ahead, go down there and just break them all of them, finish them all the sorcerers down there, just finish them all. And to which then finally Toji's body starts taking over completely and says, who are you to give me orders? And she freaks out, obviously. I love this part so much, just because it goes into a little bit that conversation that it seems like a reoccurring topic in this world building of like what comes first, the body or the soul. And they have this conversation a little bit where the old lady says, but how did this happen? I made sure that I only sent in or gave you information of the body, not Toji's soul. And I think he just basically just the gist of Toji's answer is, I'm built different. I guess that's the gist of that. He manages to take over, and his next words, I believe, were, so you told me to kill all the sorcerers, right? Aren't you a sorcerer? And just whoop, just see blood. I don't know. So Toji is free again, and he's gonna do whatever he wants. Again, I also like that the conversation of that whole which comes first, the body or the soul, because it also goes into how our curse that's taken over Geto's body, at some points just Geto's body kind of reacted to when he tried to choke himself when Gojo called him out on it. So it's a very interesting topic that, again, I hope we get more information on soon. Now, from that sequence, we switch over to Maki, Nobara, and Akari, also now Obito, just defeating a couple of simple curses, and Maki realizing what had happened to Ichishi. She realizes that, okay, someone probably did something to him. That's why we can't get a hold of him anymore. He must have gotten attacked. So they decide that Nobara and Akari are going to be the ones to go look for him and make sure he's okay. Now Obito's over there just being a lousy drunk, asking for alcohol, which, okay, sure. And at some point then, which as the episode moves forward, Nobara and Akari encounter Shigemo, I believe is his name, the guy with the sword hand, just walking around, and they realize, and he's like hunting. So their fight sequence kind of starts. Honestly, just I would say if you're interested in the episode and anything Nobara related, go watch the episode. It's a nice little fight sequence, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I do want to talk about though is I felt that a minor complaint is that I felt that the sword deception, which is where when Akari gets injured and Nobara tells her, like, whispers to her, like, yo, go around and we'll hit him, like, we'll corner him. There was a sequence where Nobara smacks the sword out of the air, and the sword seems to be laying down, but then the hand kind of moves the sword around and chases Akari. And towards like the end of their fight, when Akari and Nobara encounter each other again, it seems almost like Nobara's like, you don't have a sword, so I'm a beat you now, like I can do close combat with you. To which then the sword reveals itself again, and Shigemo's like, look, I still have it, and he's about to attack her, and I'm not defenseless. And I feel like that could have been done so much better. I feel like we didn't need to see the swords walking around. I forgot if it was in the manga, to be honest. But I really feel like we didn't need to see the sword walking around and doing this thing, really. I would have appreciated if Akari just walked around, Nobara did her thing, whatever, and then at some point we just see like a sequence of like the fingers moving the sword or something and jumping into Shigemo's hand or something, and then you're like, oh wow, the hand can move, the sword can move. That would have been cool, I feel. Because I felt like it lost some of the tension with the reveal. Like, it just made Nobara look that much more. Nobara and Akari both. It made them look so much more amateurish, I want to feel, because maybe that's something, if they paid more attention or they were over a higher level, they could have picked up on, maybe. And if it was edited a little bit better, then we as the viewers are looking at through her eyes, then we can understand why it felt so deceptive, if you get what I mean, if I made any sense with that. So basically Nobara gets hit in the head, which knocks her a little unconscious, and Shigemo's being the sadist that he is and just going in on Akari's leg with the sword. And then we come to my favorite part of the episode, which is Nanami stepping in. Now I want to say this: in the manga, the whole fight sequence, I felt it was super interesting to me to watch this, because in the manga it felt like Nanami had just a bland expression in his face, that something was gonna happen. He was not happy, but it was a bland expression. But you felt it in his hits when he hit him those 3 times that he got hit. You felt the anger in him, especially in the last hit. In the anime, however, it is this interesting thing where the second he walks in, you feel the pressure. And I was like, my heart was beating when he walked into the room, because I was anticipating that final punch. I was looking forward to this scene from the manga to be animated. I was looking forward to it so much. So to see him walk in, and just the pressure, the anger that you feel, the tension that you feel when he walks into the space, and he just walks in breaking a glass window or a glass wall, which is super cool. And then you have him confronting then Shigemo, and there's this sequence where Shigemo kicks him, and I just love the symbolism of him kicking and everything just being black around him, of like the symbolism of like there's no reaction, there's no feedback from that. It feels like kicking a wall, he says. And that's such a good shot that I love. I forgot if it's in the manga or not. He cuts Nanami, but the Nanami doesn't get cut. Like, his blade is dull, and I think that's also the name of the episode, Dull Blade or something like that. Which again goes into the fact that Shigemo can't do anything against Nanami. Nanami's pissed. He's upset. He gives him a first punch. He asks him like, how many of you are there, and were you located? And he's like, I don't know. And he just punches him and blasts him against I think it's like a decoration in the little by the store area. Then he asks him again. He grabs him by the hair. He's like, Nanami's super pissed. He grabs him by the hair and pulls him up, and it's like, I'm gonna ask you again, how many of you are there, and where are you guys located? And he's like, I don't know. Punches him against the wall. The blast, the impact just cracks the whole wall, and also busts a bunch of the lights in that underground shopping center. Like, the lights start blinking, some of them turn off. Such a powerful hit. I was hoping we would get a black flash in this episode, but I forgot again if it was in the manga or not. Because especially with Nanami being the one that does the most consecutive black flashes back to back, I wish we could have seen one of those. To which then I guess the fight continues a little bit, which it wasn't really a fight, really. It's just Nanami being pissed off and going off on Shigemo, and then Shigemo tries to call his sword over so he can slash him one more time, but Nobara gives the assist. She throws one of her nails over to him, over to the sword, and hooks the sword up on the ceiling so the sword can't be used anymore. And then you get one of the more powerful lines from the episode I want to say, and that is, on my way here, I found several of our assistant supervisors dead. That was you, wasn't it? And he's like, he's gonna do something. And then you get the punch. Then you get the just punch through the glass wall over to the other side of the building. Just so impactful, so powerful, and just he lets it out. He lets the frustration out. I love Naomi. Naomi's such a great character. I love Naomi so much. And yes, I read the manga. I am very well aware with the future endeavors he's going to do. He's going to do so much cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to that being animated as well. But yeah, no, this whole sequence in this episode was for me worthwhile. Just saving up the time to talk about. The last two parts of the episode is basically just Mei encountering Geto, well, fake Geto, and she's kind of feeling that something is off, and she's also questioning how he should technically be dead. And Geto basically just says, hey, tells her, hey, if you want to confront me, you gotta finish this cursed spirit first. And we get the reveal of the smallpox deity, which I'm super excited to see as well. It's a very interesting fight. I like it. So, and he basically says, if you finish this cursed spirit, then you can confront me on the other side. I'm gonna be waiting over there. And it's so cool to see the fight start off in the domain expansion right off the bat. The smallpox deity isn't talking, isn't saying much. But just right off the bat, without any warning, domain expansion, she gets caught in it, and even Ui is like freaking out a little bit because she gets caught in a type of trap, but she escapes it, and she says how she's excited that she hasn't had a fight in a while where she had to worry about her life. So this fight's gonna happen. I'm curious how they're gonna handle this fight. If they're going to do it next episode or they're gonna do it the episode afterwards, because it's not a complicated fight, I want to say. However, what comes next is why I'm so curious about how this fight's gonna go, and that is Shuji is moving ahead with the plan, moving forward, only to encounter Choso. Now, the Choso and Yuji fight is going to be a highlight of the season, I feel. I feel like this is going to be super important. These are anime protagonists. It's going to be his first real fight this arc. So this is going to be super important. The manga version of this is pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing this animated. And my question is going to be if we're going to get the smallpox deity fights in the next episode, and get maybe like a third of the episode just being that fight, and then maybe 2/3 of the fight being dedicated to Yuji versus Choso, and maybe cutting off with cliffhanger, and then the next episode a little bit of what's left over or not. But I think I blabbered long enough already. This was a fun episode. I love this episode so much. As you can tell, I love this episode so much. And if anything, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it yourselves. If you're looking for, what do you think of this, of everything that happened? A lot of interesting things are being set up right now. We're talking the Nanami basically going all in now after this whole BS. Like he's ready. He's ready to go. He wants to get payback on whoever did this to his comrades. And it's not just Shigemo. It's other people too. He knows that. Sealing Gojo as well and all that stuff. We're gonna have the Maki's group with Naobito. That's gonna be something interesting. What's Fushiguro going to do? What's Megumin gonna do? Is he gonna encounter Toji? He's gonna meet up with Maki? What's going on? What's Toji going to do? What is free Toji, on the rampage Toji going to do now? This is the next question. How's the fight between Judy and Choso gonna go? What is Mei going to do if with this encounter? Like, there's a bunch of stuff being set up right now, which I'm super stoked about, and there's more to come. So, yeah. Other than all that, I just want to point one thing out. It's just that I know there are a bunch of Nobara fans, and I'm saying this mainly because I have a friend who's a big fan of Nobara. But yeah, this episode definitely made her feel like a weak or kind of sad. There was a moment where Nanami told her, "Hey, I'm gonna go on ahead," and she said, "Let me join you." And he says, "No, you're not on my level yet. Like, and this requires minimum grade 1 sorcerers to come to do this fight for the upcoming fights." So it definitely made her look like on the weaker side, which I guess some Nobara fans may have issues with. But yeah, I mean, only time will tell. Maybe she manages to surprise us. We'll see. But other than that, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, subscribe, and otherwise hit the comments down below what your favorite parts of the episode was. If you're gonna talk spoiler past this episode, please hit spoilers in all cap and then right under it your comments that you want to talk about. My name is Caesar Plays, and I hope to see you guys in next time. Bye.